This is Valley News Live at 6.
The resurgence of COVID-19 cases in Cass County continues. The numbers today passing the 100 mark. It's the third time in the past week that the number of cases have climbed that high, something we haven't seen since December.
One Fargo woman is doing all she can to make a difference. She has made nearly 10,000 masks since the start of the pandemic, all created inside her home. She has donated and distributed them free of charge.
Governor Doug Burgum sent her this challenge coin for individual excellence in service, along with a letter thanking her for her outstanding and selfless actions. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley spoke with the woman today and has her story.
It's pretty crazy. It's been an entire year of my life.
Cindy Holton used to sit here sewing quilts, but switched to mask making almost exactly a year ago after her paramedic mother asked for a few.
And I'm like, well, you can't really say no to your mom.
From there, Cindy's masks took off, posting her new creations to Facebook while donating most to local groups in need.
The Salvation Army, Ronald McDonald House, all of the police stations in Fargo. I don't feel comfortable charging for something that may possibly save somebody's life.
Whenever she donates, Cindy says it's important she tries to have a connection to the place she's donating to, saying one of her first drop-offs was to Vitalant.
That matters to me because I had to have a blood transfusion one time. So everything, I always try to find a meaning, so it's always memorable to me.
Cindy's now made over 9,400 masks, a feat that's being celebrated not only by the community, but Governor Doug Burgum as well, writing her this letter of thanks and sending her this Medal of Excellence.
And I just started crying, and I couldn't believe somebody would think that much about something that I'm doing.
And while thankful for the recognition, Cindy says the real heroes are the doctors and nurses, saying she's just happy to be a small part of it all. Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Cindy adds that recently it's been hard to find places that accept handmade masks, but she hopes to hit her goal of 10,000 by the end of April. A GoFundMe has been created to help Cindy continue her efforts. We have a link to that on our VNL News app. Just click on this story.
Looking to get a COVID shot? Essentia Health will be accepting walk-ins. Any North Dakota resident age 16 and up is welcome. The clinic will be held tomorrow at the former Gordman's building in Fargo from 1 to 7 p.m. Appointments are also available at all Essentia Health sites. And you can schedule an appointment using MyChart or call this phone number, 833-494-0836.
And Sanford Health says anyone ages 16 and up can schedule an appointment with them to get the vaccine. You can do that through My Sanford Chart, or if you don't have an account, you can complete the vaccine request form on sanfordhealth.org.
The good news is that the wind died down. The not so good news is that temps stayed down as well. Hutch is back after a little time off, and he's here with a first look at your Wednesday night weather planner. Welcome, Hutch.
Thanks, Andrea. It's nice that we get a little bit of a break from the wind, but the fire danger remains high until Thursday at 10 p.m. We have a fire weather kind of emergency with dry conditions here in the valley. Dew points are in the single digits, very dry with wind still strong enough to fuel fires, and we are expecting more wind in the forecast. More on that a little later, but right now we do have at least clearing skies and the wind not as strong as it was the past couple of days. A break from the 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts. Cool 20s east, low to mid 30s out to the west right now. As we head into the evening, you can expect 20s quickly. Light winds, clear skies, and another very brisk overnight with sub-freezing temperatures all night long. Grand Forks even a little bit colder. Some this morning woke up with single-digit temperatures. It could happen again tomorrow. For a few details on that, and then we'll talk about more warmth in the forecast. Here, details on that in a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
With extreme fire risk conditions expected to continue across northwest Minnesota, a red flag warning has been issued in many counties there tomorrow. The counties include Becker, Clay, Otter Tail, and Polk counties. A red flag warning means that the area is experiencing critical weather conditions that are ideal for wildfire. The warning is set to expire at 10 tomorrow night.
A fire near Mentor, Minnesota is now 40% contained. It has scorched nearly 13,000 acres since Monday. Farm equipment, hay bales, and an outbuilding have been destroyed.
There's been another delay in the case against the man accused of killing and dismembering a teenager. There was no sentencing today for 27-year-old Ethan Broad, who's charged with second-degree intentional murder. He pleaded guilty in January to stabbing and dismembering 19-year-old Destiny Avery last April, but withdrew his plea in February. The court is now ordering a second competency evaluation before the trial proceeds. No word on when he's due back in court.
A Moorhead man is now facing federal charges for sex-related crimes. James Van Raden is charged in U.S. District Court for coercion and enticement. Back in July 2020, Van Raden was arrested after he allegedly spied on and took pictures of a young girl and paid to have sex with another young girl. Court documents say in December 2019, Van Raden responded to a Craigslist ad that was looking for a tutor for a 10-year-old girl. During the conversation, he told the ad poster that he liked underage kids. The ad was posted by West Fargo police as part of an investigation.
The man accused of shooting at a vehicle last summer has pleaded guilty. A woman told a Clay County deputy that Lavelle Ivy and a passenger started arguing about gas money in the car. She said she knew Ivy used to carry a gun, but wasn't sure if he had one on him at the time until another passenger started yelling, "Put it away." Court documents said that she told Ivy to get out of the car, and that's when he started shooting at the vehicle. Deputies say they found several shell casings on Minnesota Highway 336 at the Sabin exit. He's going to be sentenced on April 29th.
Fargo police want you to know about a few high-risk sex offenders in the area. Jeffrey Miller is now living at 734 College Street in North Fargo. He has convictions of gross sexual imposition and corruption of a minor. Police say he did sexual acts with minors between the ages of 6 and 17 multiple times.
Aaron Bever is currently homeless. Authorities say that he was convicted in 2003 for sexually assaulting a 6-year-old girl approximately 450 times.
And Michael Skeldum is currently living at 202 7th Avenue North. He was convicted of gross sexual imposition in Cass County in 2003. The victim was a 13-year-old girl. He was also convicted in 1999 for gross sexual imposition in Sargent County, where the victim was a 10-year-old girl. High-risk offenders are most likely to reoffend.
In tonight's Legislative Watch, we could see interesting trailer combinations on North Dakota roads in the coming year. The House approved a bill allowing select trucks and tractors to exceed the maximum length and weight. Originally, the bill only included road trains, which are semis with more than one trailer, but was changed to include tractors and other combinations. A lot of lawmakers like the idea of being able to move a lot of freight across the state in hopes of bringing down shipping costs. However, some are worried the vehicles will be bad for the roads and dangerous for drivers.
These aren't going to be on 4-lane roads. They're going to be on 2-lane highways. And so you can imagine trying to safely pass such a thing would just be almost impossible.
The bill doesn't allow anyone to exceed the limits. The North Dakota still needs the permission of Congress to establish this pilot project. This particular bill goes back to the Senate to adopt changes made by the House.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, emotional testimony and body camera video of George Floyd shown today in the trial of Derek Chauvin.
And cool temperatures today, peaking only in the 20s east and 30s here in the valley. I'll have details on a nice warm up, but there's a hitch in the giddy up. I'll explain all of that coming up in your hour-by-hour forecast right after this.